What we need for today's work, we need a piece of carton, we need our stapler, we need a scotch, we need a bouquet of roses. These are artificial roses and this is how they come. And we need paper wraps. For this particular bouquet, we are going to be using 4 paper wraps, 3 which we are going to bend, and the 4th one is not going to completely be used. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a bouquet, artificial rose bouquet. So first off, we will start with bending our very first wrap. This is a wrap that we are going to bend in a very stylish way in order to use for our bouquet, to make our bouquet beautiful. So we just slide that a little bit, very slanty, and press it on. Normally the wraps come with already bent line because they have been bent for long through the packaging, so you will ensure that you press it on well. After you've aligned it, you've gotten a V at one corner and a V at another corner. Now you bring that again together and look at this, guys. Just by bending it twice, it has completely changed. Remember, it is just twice. First of all, we slanted it slightly and now we have brought it together inwards. You need to ensure that you have this big V in the middle and 2 other small V's at the corners of the wrap. Now you bring in your stapler and you clip that together. This is to ensure that it is well folded and it sticks together. Guys, look at that beauty. Oh my god, it's so nice. This is the back part of the wrap and this is the inner part of the wrap. Take note of that and don't use them wrongly. Now if you were not following keenly while we were bending the first one, pay attention, as this will be the last one you will bend. So this is the very second one. Remember, we are bending 3. This is the second one. You slant it slightly. Make sure you first of all have 2 V's at each corner of the wraps. Press it on so that, look at how the original line on the wrap is disturbing. It is very normal. The wrap has been folded like that for some time, as it has been maybe in the shop, in the market and wherever. So it will normally give you issues when you're trying to print in your own line on it. After that, you bring it inwards and the beauty comes out. At this point, it is just okay to be used. Take note of the V's, the big V in the middle and 2 other small V's at the corner. You press it on and bring in your stapler and put that together. Once you staple it, you're sure that it has stuck together and it is firm. Now look at the beauty it's giving. We've transformed the wrap to something else and it's giving so beautifully. Make sure you take proper note of the tips. If you've watched to this point and you've not subscribed to our channel, please do well to subscribe and tap the notification bell so that whenever we post our videos, you'll be able to be notified and get some value. Now, next up we go to our rose. This rose comes like this. It has been packaged and it has been compressed. So what we are doing right now is to ensure that the rose is spacey and a bit open. Because if we happen to use the rose just as it comes, first of all, it will make the bouquet look very small, and secondly, the beauty will not come out because it has been compressed and tied together. And take note, these strands are very flexible and can stay at whichever position you align them and put. So as you're straightening them, they are easily following the adjustment. So you just adjust that, straighten all the strands that have been bent and compressed. And look at, as it's opening, the bouquet is getting a little bit bigger and spacious. All the compressedness is no longer there, and look at how that looks, guys. If you were being very observant, you will notice that it's a bit bigger than when we started opening it. So the next thing you bring forward, this is just a piece of carton. You can do it yourself at home. You just wrap it tightly and scotch it together. Very easy to do. Now you go on with the bottom of the bouquet. You stick it into the carton and press it firmly to ensure that it holds well, so that when we are working with it, it will not fall apart when we are struggling to design the bouquet and make it come out beautiful. It won't fall apart. Now the wraps that we had bent and kept aside, you start working with them now. Take note of how you place the bouquet. The bouquet should not be so into the wrap, and it should not also extend above the wrap. It just has to be somewhere like where it is right now, and you clip that together. If you put it right inside, if you make the bouquet to enter right into the wrap, the beauty will not come out when you're done and when you pull it off. And if you make it to extend while just looking at the bouquet, the flower will be showing out and the beauty too will not be there. So you clip that together, and this is just one piece. Remember, we have to use 3 pieces to form the bouquet completely. Now that is the second piece. You place it again and make sure that the tips align. Oh my god, look at how beautiful the tips are coming out. All those V parts that I was talking about, yeah, you need to ensure that you get a V here and a V there. Look at how putting them together is giving something else extraordinary. The tips are sharp and very beautiful. Now you adjust that, make sure it doesn't go into much and it doesn't extend more than the previous wrap. It should just align. You come in with your stapler again and staple that onto the rose, and the next one will normally be to the skin of the previous wrap that we had placed. Do well to tap the notification bell and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Now look at the beauty we have gotten. Just with 2 wraps, the beauty is already there. Now we come in with the last of the 3 wraps to completely cover the bouquet. But take note that if you want to manage and use just 2 wraps, at the corners you will have holes which will not make your bouquet good at all. So the right amount of wraps to use is as from 3 wraps upward, so that you don't get to manage anything, and make sure you do a neat and clean job. Now we've placed the 3rd wrap and it's so beautiful. With the rose that we had initially opened, it's making it look like the bouquet is very big. And the next thing we have to do is, remember we had a 4th wrap that we had not designed yet, so you have to just cut 1/4 of this wrap. This is all we need. That is all we need from this particular wrap. We are not using it all, we just need a 1/4 portion from it. You cut it inwards with the original lining on the paper or on the bouquet wrap, end somewhere around the middle and cut to the opposite direction to make sure you achieve something like a square piece of paper, and that is 1/4 portion from this entire wrap. So you just keep the rest aside for further use. Now this is the portion that we are going to be working with. We'll come back with the bouquet. This portion is to be used at the bottom of the bouquet to cover up the piece of carton that we have at the bottom of the bouquet. So you hold the tips of the previous wraps firmly. Note that you have to first of all scotch the tips of the previous wraps to the skin of the carton. If not, if you just go in with the 1/4 piece of wrap to try and put it together, it will give you a lot of stress and you will take a lot of time doing that. So what you want to do is to first of all just hold the tips of the previous 3 wraps, scotch it together on the skin of the carton, scotch it firmly, and let them be able to stand on their own before you bring forth the 1/4 piece. And now while scotching it, make sure you don't hold bigger portions of the wrap. If not, it will twist and it will not give a beautiful look. So just try to hold only the tips so that you still get this V shape of the bouquet, because that is a very good shape that we need for this particular bouquet. This particular shape is supposed to be there. So if you twist the under too much and try to scotch a bigger portion of it, you won't have this. You will not have this beautiful aligning. So you bring forth the 1/4 piece that we had cut out to wrap and cover the piece of carton that you have under. Place it in whichever direction that is comfortable with you and hold it firmly. While wrapping it around, make sure it's really firm and tightened. Even though after wrapping it around, you will still have to scotch it, but you have to wrap it in a way that it will not be loose. So you wrap it firmly. If you've been watching up to this point and you've still not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you've still not tapped the notification bell, please kindly do so. Thank you. So after wrapping it round, you bring your scotch again. Our scotch is doing a lot of work for us. You scotch it round. Now this process is very technical, reason being that if you place this scotch only on the 1/4 wrap that you just wrapped around, it will mean you've not done anything. Once the bouquet is held, there is 100% chance for that wrap to fall out, leaving the piece of carton there alone. So for you to ensure that you do away with such an embarrassment, while scotching it, make sure that the scotch is being placed also on the previous wrap. At the same time, it should align on the previous wrap and on the recent wrap that you just placed, so that it ties the two together and one won't have to leave the other, making it look like you've done a dirty job and stuff. Now the under is going to be extremely long. You could leave it like that, but I will always prefer to cut it out, because for me it's not really giving when it's unnecessarily long like this. And ensure that when you're cutting, you don't need to cut it to be also very short. If not, remember we have a piece of carton inside. The carton will end up showing. So this is just the height we need for this bouquet, and it's very okay. So a scotch is coming in again to hold firmly. Once you wrap it around, it has to end somewhere. So it's that ending now that we are scotching and holding it down so that it won't be flying about. So you scotch it and cut out with your scissors, and the bouquet is very fine and giving. So what you want to do next now, we need our ribbon to place on the bouquet. But this bouquet is already very fine and very beautiful, but still we need to beautify it the more. So you want to get your ribbon and arrange. Look at how the bouquet is beautiful from all angles. From all angles, the edges are given and everything, the shape is aligned. Now this is the ribbon we are going to be using. A gold and white ribbon. This ribbon has two tips, one which has to be opened and one which if you open, it means you've destroyed the ribbon, and this is the side you can't open because you will notice that it has been filled. So the side that is really showing that is flexible, you go ahead and open it. Once you open it, you will see the ropes inside, and you just have to pull for the ribbon to come out on its own. For the ribbon, you don't have to do anything to make it come out in a particular way. Once you just hold firmly, take note of how I placed my hands on the ribbon while pulling the rope. Then you tie that together as you've achieved a beautiful flower. You just tie it together so that it won't have to stretch out back, and that is our ribbon. So you have to go ahead and look for the side that you will wish to be the front part of the bouquet, and to me, I prefer this side to be the front part of my bouquet because it's very neat. The other parts are neat as well, but to me this one is just plain and okay to be used as the front side of the bouquet. So you go ahead and place your ribbon and tie it around. In tying it, you equally need to tie it firmly so that the ribbon doesn't fall out when the bouquet is being carried. And make sure that once you tie it backwards, you bring it back in front, because we will also have to use the ropes of this ribbon to design and make the ribbon more beautiful, like what we are about to do now. These are just the ropes at the end. You can cut and allow them short like that, but I always like it when I do this. You just take the scissors and drag with it, and it gives you this curly, nice look. Take the scissors and drag the opposite side, and it curves and it's so beautiful. So this is how the ribbon is giving, and one side is longer than the other, so I'll just go ahead and cut the part that is longer to make sure that both of them are equal and they should align together. And look at how beautiful that is. The bouquet is giving everything ought to be. Very simple to make. You don't need a recipe for it. You don't need a difficult strategy for it. You just have to master the procedure. You just bend your wraps, bring in the artificial wrap flap